Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I was hoping that our, sorry, I completely went out. Thank you. It's going to be slightly different it's not about career. It could suit at any stage. We may be wondering, even after entering the engineering career, what is really success? We seem to be aiming at different directions and not being satisfied at what we have done, not being able to enjoy what we have accomplished, not being able to appreciate what we have done so far. So I thought I'll take a slightly different angle about it. So it's going to be a very short talk, and my usual tactic is to involve the audience as well. I don't leave my students alone, and I don't want to leave you alone as well. I was hoping this wasn't brought up before. Did you know this? Our Queen Elizabeth II has been, trained as a mechanic, and she knows how to take it apart and put it together. So where is the myth about engineering is only for boys? Head of state has done it. So I thought I'll conduct a little experiment when I said I wouldn't want to leave you alone. Could you guess who this is? Obviously, this is a very obvious picture. Yeah, Einstein. With the hairdo as well, isn't it? Weird hairdo. Yeah. We identify quite easily. Who is this? Looks like a rock star to me. This is the first time I've seen. Any guess? No? Any guess? Should know. Curious. Curie. Yeah, Ada Lovelace. One of the celebrities, isn't it? Looks like well-dressed. What does this picture look like? Sorry? Football team. You saved yourself. Luckily, you didn't tell this is some kind of after retirement party of age. It is after retirement, but I'll give you the name anyway. Einstein, as you guessed, Isaac Newton. Not bad. Marie Curie, Ada. This is the gathering of past and present NASA astronauts, all women. So it's really great to see such role models, for us to be aiming high. So I thought I'll look at 3 dimensions of, actually what is success? What do we mean by success? Is it, if you are, say, a great scientist or great engineer, would you call yourself successful only if you win a Nobel Prize, or ordinary scientist? What's the difference? Yeah? Or if you're in an academic career, what is your aim? Vice Chancellor or a professor? Or if you're, again, aiming for a professor, is it multi-million, fund-holding professor like Keeley, versus ordinary senior lecturer? Where do we, what is the comparison? When do we get satisfied? If you are a scientist, you aim for high. If you are a professor, you still aim for higher. Where do we stop? And there is another dimension. What do we call the achievement? Is it personal achievement, or is it developing my team successfully? Are we satisfied only when I get a senior scientist or senior superstar scientist, or when one of my students get to become a Nobel Prize winner? Where is the success in that case? And is it success in my field? I'm an electronics and communication engineer. Should I be satisfied only when I achieve something great in this electronics field? Or if I am a very good leader and I have developed a very successful team, as a range of successful scientists and engineers, what's the difference? Yes? Another thing is, I think I have repeated it wrongly. Another thing is, let us go to the 3rd dimension. So, is it about having achieved? What about after retirement? What I have come across is with many people, they go to very, very, high level kind of top job. But once they retire, they can't introduce themselves without referring to what they have been. That's because their view of success hinged on the professional achievement rather than as a person, accepting you as a person. So when do we get that, acceptance? Only if I'm a professor, am I worth? Is it just me, me, me? Or because I have done this for others. Others have got, changed in their lives. I made a difference in others' lives. What's the difference? When I look back, it's empty or satisfying. When we look back our career, so what? I've been a professor, so what? Or do we say, I'm glad I did it? Yes? So these are the different dimensions we have to look at. Success isn't measured by just one particular aspect. No matter what others tell us. We don't have to be all celebrities, celebrity superstar scientists like Brian Cox, conducting a TV show. No, we don't have to. What it means is how much difference do we make? Okay. So I thought maybe as an engineer you would expect me to give you some sort of mathematical model, and I haven't attempted a mathematical model. Trademarked. So this is not a fixed one. What I would like to do at this stage is maybe I would ask you to look at this equation or mathematical model, so-called, 50% dream, 25%, at least you have to achieve your dream at least 50%. There is no point in doing something just because you're earning 62K per year. That is not your dream, yes? What is your dream? Do you achieve 50%? And at least 25% should be satisfaction. There is no point in slogging, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night and not deriving any satisfaction from your work. You work because you get satisfied. You work because you love your job. You love what you're doing, yes? And at least 25% should be that it makes a difference in the society. This is what our ref is trying to measure, social impact. But we knew all along that is what we should be doing. Yes, even before they came and told us, we started looking at how can we make a difference? How can we make my research apply to transport, apply to healthcare? That's what we have been doing all along, yes? Why come across these robots and other things? Because we want to make a difference in people's lives. So perhaps you may want to look at your measure or your view of success in adding other points, some other percentage. Some of you may have some other things to add, family values, your core values. Where do they stand in measuring your success? Yes? So I'll leave it to you. How do you do it? Okay, thank you very much.